It is so beautiful to begin the Feast of Mercy, reminding ourselves who Mary was, the Virgin Mary. Just now we shared down there. She was a part of the mystery that represents us, although we look to Jesus. To Mary, after everything has happened, after the resurrection has happened, after the ascension of Mary, the assumption of Mary into heaven, and the ascension of Jesus into heaven, we look at them and often forget in the human dimension. That was precisely the first moment of our salvation. Many times, mistakenly, we say that it was the death of Jesus that saved us. No. What saved us was a whole process, the incarnation of Jesus. And we cannot forget that in the mystery of the incarnation, Our Lady stars, representing all humanity who receives in that moment in her womb the presence of the child God. When do we celebrate the merciful Jesus? We are celebrating the baby God who was raised by Mary. Or do you think Jesus didn't need to be raised as a human being? Yes. Didn't God deny his human needs? That's why he chose carefully where he would place his boy. Jesus wasn't born of just any woman. She was a woman spiritually prepared to be able to understand what that boy's mission in the world would be. And what did she do? From a very young age, she began to teach Jesus what seduced us one day when we discovered who he was. Yes, if you're honest. Do you know what first seduced you about Jesus? His ability to love the poor is impressive. It could be the hardest heart in the world, but it would be enchanted by a human being capable of loving everyone who crosses their path. It could be a person who doesn't believe in God. When they are faced with a human being who has no prejudices. When they are faced with a human being who makes no distinction between people. When they are faced with a human being who never considers themselves better than others, they surrender, saying, "What a beautiful humanity is before me." Why our Pope Francis, who is being buried today in Rome? He enchanted so many people around the world, including atheists, because Pope Francis was the incarnation of what Jesus wanted from us. Francis was a man who had the courage to bring back to the Church's discourse, to the center of reflection, the indigestible dimension of the gospel. We don't usually want the indigestible dimension of the gospel. When someone offends us, we feel good offending them too. When someone speaks ill of us, we feel good responding by speaking ill of them too. This is not the attitude of people who want to be Christians.